How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the 7th edition of the Amp Surfer. Thanks for dropping in. I've decided to come for a bit of a wander around my local river. I've got a month left of 2 legs, so I figured it'd be a good time to come and spend a bit of time down here and share it with you guys. I'm not gonna lie, it hurts. Doing this walk really sucks, but so what? I've only got 4 weeks left and I figure I might as well make the most of it, even if it hurts, because it really does. But you know, it's worth the pain in some ways. In other ways it's really not, but I feel like I'm not that kind of guy that's just gonna sit back and do nothing because it hurts. So having done this walk a couple of weeks ago, and then having about 3 days post-walk just in more pain, I figured, well, might as well do it again, really, because it's just beautiful, you know, and I just feel like if I don't do it now, then it's not going to happen, and you know, in a month's time, I am not going to be able to do this walk for a really long time. So I figured it's probably a real good way to send my 2 legs off. So let's get into it and see what it's about. There's a beautiful walk. It's only about 2 miles one way, and then I'll have a cup of tea and a bit of a sit down, and then it'll be fine. And then I brought my walking sticks so I can get back, and because when I did it a couple of weeks ago, man, it was painful going back. So I've learnt. I really have to say I didn't actually want to make a video, weirdly enough, because you'll remember, hopefully, from last time in episode 6, I could just hear my daughter going 6, 7. Episode 6, I talked about being in this waiting period, and that's where I am. And I'm still there, you know, it hasn't changed. I feel like I've done everything I need to do ahead of this operation, and in that, it just leaves me with this nothing to do, you know. And we're in winter now, and this morning last night it snowed or hail snow, and it's really cold, and so that kind of leaves you with very few options of things to do when you're in pain, you know. And I think that's been a struggle recently. This last month, I think, is having to choose not to do stuff because it's painful, and that's really difficult. That's quite hard. But if you know anything about me right now, you'll know that, well, like I said earlier, I'm not going to stop just because it's painful. And and I don't know how much of that mindset I can take into this new adventure that I'm kind of going to be throwing myself into. I thought I'd just kind of have a wee reminder. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera because I keep looking at the river because I'm a fisherman, and I keep looking at the river. It is it's pretty awesome. And I fished all my life as a kid, and I still fish now. And if I'm ever near water, I can't not be looking in it, just in case you see a trout or a salmon or whatever's in this river. I know there's trout in here. I've not actually fished for one in here because you have to belong to a club or something. But yeah, I think I wanted to just go back and readdress why I'm here, and what's led me to be here today. And so, you know, this motorbike accident that I had, and that was 2.5 years ago. And it's been a real long time, leading up to now. And I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and everybody kind of says that they don't have a lot of time before their amputation, and I do. And I've had a lot of time, and in many ways the amputation was one option of 3. And through consultation and a lot of research and personal kind of soul searching, I have come, and my team have come to the decision that amputation would be, you know, the best option for me right now. Just crossing a little creek, going into the river. always look for fish, eh? Like, you know, in the entrance. Well, anyway, carry on. So yeah, I guess my amputation is a bit of a choice, but it's a choice of 3 things, you know. Either way, it was going to be horrible, and any of the options that I chose at some point would probably lead to amputation anyway. So I figured that I might as well just cut to the chase and just get on with it, you know, because it'll lead to amputation anyway. And I'm 52 now, and if in 8 years' time the fusion that they did or whatever didn't last and it started to fail, then I'd be facing amputation anyway. But then I'd be 60 and my skin might not heal so good, and my body might not like it so much, and who knows. But yeah, it's a thing, you know, and I'm still really positive about it, and I'm still keen and excited to see what the future holds. It's getting real, you know, it's getting real. Can't lie about that. But I just this waiting, you know, this 4 weeks wait, you know, 4 weeks. In 4 weeks' time, it'll be the day before the operation, and it's kind of like, I don't know how I'm feeling. It's weird. I do feel prepared. I feel ready in many ways. I feel like I've done enough prep. I've done heaps of work. I've done plenty of strength training, and I'm trying to make the best of my time with 2 legs. And actually that's quite funny, because I wanted to go surfing. Well, I've wanted to go surfing all the time, but God hasn't provided the waves. So, well, maybe he has, just somewhere else. So I thought I'd go to the wave in Bristol and get some waves before the operation. And I logged on the other day to book a couple of sessions, and holy, They've shut for January, can you believe it? So I'm not going to get the waves I wanted before my operation, and that sucks, man. So that kind of, I'll be honest with you, that sucked. Anyway, so I've messaged my mate Ben. He's the UK, I don't know, chief exec or whatever for Christian Surfers UK. Anyway, he's a good mate of mine. And I messaged him and said, well, waves closed, mate. I can't get my 30 perfect waves before my amputation. So can you put in an extra prayer that I get these 30 good waves, mate, before the amp? And if not, I'll take miraculous healing so I can actually get on a board as quick as possible after the operation. And that's interesting because I don't know if I shared with you guys. Obviously, I've got faith, and I'm not shy about it. And my faith came to me from the motorbike accident, so I consider that a good thing. I'm not bothered about. I'm not angry about the motorbike accident in any way, because it brought me to faith and actually changed my life so much that there's so much good that's come out of this accident. You know, there's so much good. Just having a wee peep in a hole here. It's really nice. I should get a shot of it for you. It's beautiful, man. I don't know if you can see it. There's a wee hole, fishing hole down here. Looks like it might hold something. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not angry. I'm not angry about the amputation, not angry about the accident. I'm not angry about anything. I'm at peace. And I would argue that my faith, coming to faith, has given me peace where I've not had it before. And I don't hold resentment. I'm actually a lot more chilled out than I ever was, which is so cool. That's the Holy Spirit working in me, and I'm not ashamed to say it. You know, I'm a firm believer, and that's changed my life. And if you're not a believer, that's cool. But I can't deny what's changed in my life because of my belief, you know, so I can't not tell you. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's actually really cool. I think it needs a bit of pause, really. But oh yeah, so yeah, okay, that was the intro to the next bit, wasn't it? So my faith is you know, this whole journey is you know, something to do with my faith. I'm going to have a little sneaky peek down here. Might have to do a bit of. Oh, I'm going to pay for this later. It's going to be so painful. It's going to be so painful later on. That's okay. I don't care. Well, I'll just go through it on my own, so I don't annoy anyone. Oh, it's beautiful though, isn't it? Have a look at that. Sorry about the sniffs. It is winter and it is only about 2 degrees. But yeah, no. Anyway, so what happened was this. I had to make a decision for the amputation, and I came to a decision, like I said, after consultation with my team, working on it and stuff, and what I got to was, yeah, amputate. So that's good. And I was praying this particular evening after I'd made the decision, and I prayed and I said, God, look, you know, if this is of you, I need to know, because it feels like it might be all my decision, and I don't want any of these decisions to be without you at the beginning in front of it. And I need it to be of you. So that's where I was in prayer this particular evening. And I went to sleep, and I don't normally remember my dreams too much, but I had a dream that night that I can't forget. And the dream was me running across a field with a prosthetic on. And it felt like I was running, and my daughter was there as well, and my family. And it was really clear, and I think in the dream I could see myself and see what was going on. And yeah, I can't forget that dream. And I woke up from the dream, and I instantly said, oh, look, was that me, or was that you? You know, God, is that a dream that has come from you? Or was that my imaginings, because that's what I think I need and want and all of the rest of it? And so I said, Lord, I need another sign, because that's not enough for me, because I'm greedy. And I believe that, you know, if God's got a will for you, then he'll back it up. So that morning I was wandering off down to my local post office, and in Lanavut where I live, the post office is one in, one out. And at this time of year it's pretty cold standing outside waiting. But anyway, I was third in queue outside the post office to send off my little parcel. And I'm just there praying, just like, God, what was that dream about? Anyway, this car pulls up, and I kid you not, man, this car pulls up, it's freezing cold, and out of that car gets a man with a pair of shorts on, and he's got like a below knee amputation, so he's wearing a prosthetic. I'm just like, are you serious? God, are you serious, man? Like, is that it? Anyway, I was smirking away to myself, and anyway, all the English people in the queue kind of looked and then looked away real quickly because they pretend they didn't see it. Whereas I looked at it and went, oh mate, how do you get on with your leg? And he's like, oh, yeah, no, good, sweet, thanks. I said, oh, do you like it? And he goes, yeah, oh mate, it's better than what I had and all the rest of it. And I said, oh, how come you've got a leg then, mate? And he goes, oh, I had 10 years of operations on my ankle, and they couldn't fix it, and it was bust up, and in the end it got so painful, just elected to have an amputation. I said, bloody heck, that sounds rough, mate, eh? So I said to him, oh, look mate, why did you have a knackered ankle? And he looked at me and he said, oh, I had a motorbike accident. I'm just like, oh, no way. And he goes, why are you laughing? And I said, oh, mate, I had a motorbike accident as well. My ankle's knackered, I'm going to get it amputated. He's like, far up. Now, I wrote down his number and stuff, but I can't find it for the life of me. He lives somewhere. Oh, and I was like, Lord, you gave me a dream that wasn't enough for me, so I asked for you to back it up. And mate, how does God even do that? He backed it up with a guy who had an amputation, who had operations because of a motorbike accident, exactly the same as me. What do you do with that? So, since then, I've not been bothered about this operation. I am not bothered because I think that God has got something in store for me. He's shown me and he's backed it up, man. There's nothing else. All the other things that I did in my life that were, oh, shivers. Oh, that was sore. I caught my toe. Oh, flip. That really was sore. Oh, stood still for too long. And my foot didn't work properly. Yeah, all the things that I ever did before with crystals and cards and mediums and the moon and the stars and the universe, all of those things, nothing ever compares to being in fellowship with Jesus. Nothing has ever compared to this walk that I've now got with the creator of the universe, with God, with just wonderfulness, you know. It's something else. Like I spent way too much time and effort and money believing in such rubbish, believing in tarot cards, believing in mediums, believing in crystals, believing that any of that stuff would make any difference in my life at all, and it didn't. And when it comes down to it, when it actually comes down to it, when you really test your faith, when you really are in a position to test it, and God goes, yeah, no, I've got you. He will show you, and you will not see that in any other belief system. You will not find that in tarot cards. You will not find that in a medium. You will not find that anywhere else. And that's the truth of it. I kid you not. And I've done it all. I've done everything. I've done all the stupid stuff. I've paid the money, went and saw the people, thought it was all good. It's just a big load of tosh, mate. So, I don't know, if you're in that place right now where you're in the world and you're kind of relying on all this stuff that you have to do, I'd say reach out to God and ask him to show himself to you, because it's way better than the stuff that the world gives you, man. It's so much better. Anyway, I didn't have anything to say, and it looks like I've had too much to say once again. And it's getting dark, and I'm going to make a cup of tea. So, thanks for dropping in, everyone. We'll catch you all later. I've got 4 weeks to go before I can't do this walk again. We'll see you guys around. See you later.